Kamu mahasiswa baru UT ya? Udah tahu belum kalau ada sarana belajar yang unik loh di UT? Sini, aku kasih lihat. Nah, ini nih UT Radio. Di sini kamu bakal dapat banyak hal loh. Kamu bisa dapat informasi seputar Universitas Terbuka di program seputar UT. Mulai dari orang-orang inspiratif di UT sampai kupas tuntas tentang daftar ulang. Terus, kamu juga bisa belajar loh lewat program tutorial radio. Semua fakultas, bahkan sampai pasca sarjana juga bisa belajar di sini. UT Radio nggak cuma nyediain itu doang sih. Di sini juga ada coffee break, tempat kamu belajar hal-hal menarik dari pakarnya. Cara ngaksesnya gampang lagi. Kamu tinggal ambil laptop atau HP, terus ketik aja websitenya di www.utradio.ut.ac.id. Di sana kamu juga bisa pilih nih mau denger program tutorial radio seputar UT atau coffee break. Bukan cuma denger lagi, semua program UT Radio juga bisa kamu tonton loh. Tayangan streamingnya ada di YouTube UT TV dan bisa juga live di Instagram @radio.ut. Gimana? Gampang dan accessible banget kan? Iyalah, kan UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Duh, udah jam segini. Mau berangkat kuliah aja kok susah. Apa nggak usah kuliah ya? Gue fokus konten aja kali ya. Siapa tahu cuan. Hidup kok gini-gini aja.
Gak usah dipikirin. Mau kuliah fleksibel kapanpun dan dimanapun sambil ngelakuin hal yang lo suka dan ngarahin passion lo, cuman Universitas Terbuka solusinya.
Sayur-sayur.
Harga-harga sekarang pada mahal.
Wabarakatuh, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua, UT listeners dimanapun Anda berada. Senang sekali saya Eka Ardhinie kembali menemani Anda kali ini dalam Coffee Break UT Radio Open Education Station for All. Nah, kalau tamunya ini dari luar negeri, biasanya saya memang bilingual ya. Jadi nanti saya akan menyampaikan pertanyaan-pertanyaan dalam bahasa Inggris, tapi saya tetap menyapa UT listeners dalam bahasa Indonesia. Dan bagi Anda yang barangkali punya pertanyaan untuk topik yang akan kita bahas kali ini tentang The Future is Changing, Are we ready? Nah, Anda boleh sampaikan melalui Instagram kami @radio.ut atau juga melalui kolom komentar YouTube Universitas Terbuka TV. So, today we have two special guests here. The first one is Ngwenya from Nelson Mandela University. Hi, how are you, Neo?
Hi, yeah, as you said, I'm Ngwenya from Nelson Mandela University. I'm a mechanical engineering student, all the way from South Africa.
Okay, mechanical engineering student from Nelson Mandela University.
It's in Port Elizabeth, these two campuses there.
Okay, so you came to Indonesia, especially to Open University, Universitas Terbuka. Do you have any special purposes?
So with us, it's about creating a community and merging Universitas Terbuka and Nelson Mandela University. So yeah, it's just more so creating a community, a global community, and I am one of the individuals to help merge University of Nelson Mandela and Universitas Terbuka.
Okay, so what grade are you?
Sorry?
The grade semester?
So I'm in second year. Yeah,
second year.
Yeah, in semester 2. Yeah.
In semester 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the next one, the other special guest today is Erno the Korte, founder of PLLLUS. Hello. Hi,
Good to meet
Erno.
you again.
I'm sorry, I forgot you.
No, that's no problem.
Okay, so this is the second time you come to Universitas Terbuka and meet me again in here.
Yeah.
What is special purposes you come to Universitas Terbuka?
You've met Neo now, and Neo is one of our phase 1, young education, exploration, community members. I am phase 3 of life. I'm old, I'm looking back, but I'm still about the future. And the last time I was here, July last year, actually I brought you our president, Mr. Zondo. Howard Zondo is phase 2. He has a family, he has a busy life. He's still here, and Howard Zondo is our president, not me. I'm one of the founders, but he was co-founder as well. And we create a global community of high potentials, as we call them. This is clearly a high potential. And we are looking for people specifically that don't only want to be a specialist, but we want people to also have an holistic view, to have a broad view. We have too many specialists, and we need more people that can look at the bigger picture, at what is happening in the world. The world is changing. And if you dive deep into your specialism, then you might be like this, like that, and that doesn't help us. We need to look at the big picture as well. So I'm myself an entrepreneur. I have an educational background.
Okay.
I have been entrepreneurial since 1995, always thinking about global first, and then act local. Think global, act local is one of our slogans. And this young fellow here is a perfect example of that, as you will discover in this interview.
Okay. Erno, I want to know about PLLUS.
Yeah.
You are founder of PLLUS.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah. So I have been creating communities throughout my life. And in one of the earlier communities was mostly about IT, about computers and so on. But since a few years, we are looking more at finding people like yourself, for example, that, as I said, have a lot of potential, but feel sometimes a bit locked up into what they are doing. So Neo, for example, isn't just a mechanical engineer. He's much more than that. So having a super specialism as a mechanical engineer is worthwhile. But we also need to connect to the bigger picture. And our community, our global community, is specifically aimed at that. So we have members from all over the world. I'm from Europe, from the Netherlands, Blanda. He's from South Africa. We have people in Malaysia. We have people in Bulgaria, and name it, so many countries. Indonesia, of course, as well. And we want to unlock their full potential. Not only as super specialists, but also with that wider view as well. And when I spoke to your Dean Merani here and her colleague, we specifically also spoke about the fact that if you are, for example, at Faculty of Economic and Business, and you are a management student, managers often have difficulty with speaking to super specialists about the topic. And for most of my life as a consultant, I have been the translator between the management and the super specialist. I speak Bahasa IT, computing, because I am a computer specialist. I don't only speak Bahasa Indonesia, no, but I do speak Bahasa IT. So I can speak to the super specialist here and still talk to management as well about what should happen. So I have been making a lot of money during my life being the translator between these two different things. Management students have a specific problem. How do I get the proper answers from my IT department, from my accounting department, from all the other departments, from HR, because they are all super specialists, and it isn't easy to understand what's going on. So as a manager in a management position, how do you translate all of that? How do you make it into an overview and make the right decisions based on that? And that's a challenge that is in many global operations, many big businesses. Unilever is an example, Shell is an example. Many of those have that problem. How do we get the connection between management and the field, the operations? And that's what we are talking about.
Okay, wow, that's very captivating for me. So, Erno and also Neo, so we can move to our discussion today. The future is changing. Are we ready? First question for you, Erno. You have worked with young people and entrepreneurs in different countries. When you look at young people today, what change do you notice compared with previous generations?
Yeah. So I'm phase 3. I'm born in 1960. I'm 60.
1960.
Yeah, I'm 66 years old. The biggest change that I can see compared to my generation and this generation of Neo is awareness. We didn't know much when we were young. We were not aware of a lot of things. There were no social media and other things as well. So awareness is the big benefit for phase 1 people. We didn't have that at all. We had newspapers. I didn't even have TV when I was growing up. There were radio stations. But awareness is only one step. Because awareness needs to be translated into action. And that is the challenge for this generation. So you can be aware of problems, but then how do you act on that? And again, Neo and the others in the team, they are examples of acting on the awareness as well. And I'm very proud that I can create an environment where they can do that.
Okay, so the first thing is awareness, and then how to set up the action in the future. Okay, yeah. So for Neo,
Yes.
yeah, you are still a student at Nelson Mandela University,
Yes.
but you are also part of a team developing a global startup. How did you become involved in it?
So one of the things that drive me and what I believe is my purpose on earth is working on something greater than myself. And what I want to do is use my theoretical knowledge in the practical world, because in university you do a lot of calculating, a lot of science, a lot of math, but what I've realized is, can you translate it to the real world? And that's what really brought me to meet this man here.
Okay.
He has given me that opportunity to use my theoretical knowledge and to work on something much greater than myself, which is leaving the world a better place than how you found it. And obviously, there's a technical aspect of what we do, the building of things, but there's also a social aspect of it in which merging phase 1, which is me, like young people, and phase 3, like much older people, because what we've realized is with older people, we tend to, like after they retire, we tend to discard them. And these are people who are experts, people with so much experience, so much knowledge, who we believe could still give to the younger generation, people like me. I mean, I've learned a lot from Erno. I grew up thinking and having limits in my mind, and learning from someone with much more experience has helped me remove certain barriers in my mind. And if there was a barrier between me and him, like there usually is in society, it wouldn't have been possible. So that's one of the much greater things we do as a community, which is merging phase 1, younger people, and phase 3, older people.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, let me just explain how I met him. I forgot to say that. So besides being a mechanical engineering student at Nelson Mandela University, I think I have an entrepreneurial mindset. I still do business, and I went to a summit in Port Elizabeth, in the same place where my university is. And in that summit, great entrepreneurs, business people were there, sharing knowledge, sharing their experiences and what they have achieved, the problems they faced. And I'm someone who's always eager to learn, so it was a great opportunity for me to be there. And after the incredible event, I saw...
3 days, 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after the incredible event, I saw this great man walking towards the elevator. And I don't know, but a feeling of mine told me I need to speak to this man. And I went up to him and I said, "Hello, sir.
Okay.
Something tells me if I don't talk to you today, I will regret it." And yeah, the rest is history. We exchanged details, and after multiple meetings, we just kept meeting and meeting over and over again. And yeah, we've just been together ever since then. Yeah.
Okay. To be honest, I really enjoy with your answer, because I think you are not only a student, but you are an expert one. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Neo, what made you interested in sustainable and social living solution in particular?
It might be a bit difficult to answer that, but ever since I've been young, I've just been so obsessed with how things work, like not just taking something as it is, but asking the question why and being curious. So that's how I think I got into things. Before doing mechanical engineering, I went into renewable energy engineering because, I mean, growing up, they do teach us about how electricity operates, and knowing that we burn coal and do so much pollution. I mean, we need to think about not only us now, but the upcoming generation, and we need to think about the impact we're having on our earth. And for me, like I said, my greater purpose is always leaving a place better than how I found it. And I think that's how sustainability came into it. I want us to, as not only South Africa, but as a world, reach a point where we use renewable energy, or at least reduce as much pollution as we can. And using things like solar, wind power, hydropower can help us rely less on old traditional systems, but also look into the future where we could use things like that to have a less negative impact on our earth, and also just create a better future for the upcoming generation. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
As you can see,
Nia.
you don't need me.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
You.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. He is a vault of wisdom.
Okay, back to you, Erno.
No.
As you say that awareness to be an action, and then with technology, AI, and the way we were changing so quickly, do you think young people today face more challenges or actually more opportunities?
SWOT, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Threat, yes, AI is a threat, could be a weakness. So we need to put it in its strength and create new opportunities with it. So if we use it as it is today, we were just discussing it outside, then AI can put you on the wrong foot and you can go in the wrong direction. So what we need to understand is that I have been interested in AI since the age of 12. 1972, I started to read science fiction books, and now the future is happening. So I have, in a way, always been involved in what is happening now. Robots and AI are part of how I was brought up. And now it's happening. Yeah. So, but there are threats in there as well. And if we don't learn from the past, that's one of our mottos. If we don't learn from the past and keep making the same mistakes, reinvent the wheel day after day. If we don't look at where we are now, what will the future be? It will be chaos. It will be garbage. So we need to learn from the past. That's why phase 3 still is useful. People like me have seen things happening that you don't want to make the same mistake again. And that is how it's like a grandfather-grandchild connection almost. That's how we can be still useful. Create an environment for young people to really use our experience not as a restriction but as an opportunity. So the opportunities of AI and the opportunities of robots. What I find very interesting nowadays, if I come to Indonesia, one small example.
Okay.
You have 300 million people. Many of these people need a job. What you could choose for is at your immigration department, when you enter the country, that there would be a human sitting there still stamping the passport, etc. But you have decided to use autogates. So when I use my passport on that machine and my visa is connected to it, I can just enter without any human interaction. Is the job of the human to stamp the passport, is that a proper job? No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not really a job. His passport was not enabled. He had to wait 15, 20 minutes last Sunday in the queue. Waiting is not useful. The immigrant officer wasn't really. South Africa has not taken that step yet.
Oh, okay.
So you are ahead. This is one example of why I find Indonesia so exciting. You are year over year developing without really stepping back into old patterns. Yes, you could have more immigration officer jobs, people more employed, like in South Africa. but those are not relevant jobs. AI will take over. It will happen. And I think you in Indonesia are much smarter with that than in many other countries.
Okay.
Autogates at passport are happening in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Europe. They are not happening in South Africa, unfortunately. Why? Because a job is at stake. That's not smart, because you cannot stop the future. You cannot stop the future. You cannot keep hanging on to old jobs that will be overtaken by AI. It's unstoppable.
Okay, so that's one of example that related to AI, yeah, Erno. But based on your experience in Indonesia, what do you find interesting about young people and entrepreneurship here?
Strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, threats. Threat is Indonesia first, local first, and that's the biggest challenge that you have. Think global, act local. Do not think that if you act local first, that you can then go global. It doesn't work. History has proven it. So if Indonesians try to build a business that might want to be at a global level, they have to start thinking at a global level. You cannot upscale from Indonesian level to a global level. You cannot upscale from Malaysian level or from Dutch level. We in the Netherlands, small country, we always look at the bigger picture. Booking.com is Netherlands. And it has been designed from day one as a multi-language global platform. But there are many examples out there in Indonesia as well that have been designed for a local delivery, and then they try to go global, and it doesn't work. It fails each time. So this is knowledge that we have, this is science, we have the research. So we have to think global first, and that's one of the things that our community is preaching as well, even with FEB, the faculty. Think global first, and then start acting local. And NEO, again, is an example of that philosophy as well. It's not easy to do that. If you're a South African, you first have to step out of your comfort zone. But the challenge for Indonesians is, do not just focus on 300 million Indonesians.
Okay.
There's much more out there, and you have to start thinking global first. I will be involved in Cobisma on Wednesday, and we look at these business proposals. And my philosophy when looking at these proposals is it really a global opportunity, or is it only a local opportunity?
Okay. So I think that's a message from you, touch my heart, starting think global first for Indonesian people, and you can go global.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Nia.
Best summary. That's the best summary. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that message, not only for our young generation, but especially for me. That's touched my heart so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Erno and Neo, hold on, and then we must have a non-commercial break, and then after that, we will back again and talk more about this. UT listeners, dimanapun Anda berada, jangan kemana-mana, tetap bersama kami di UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Anda sedang mendengarkan UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Sayur-sayur. Harga-harga sekarang pada mahal.
Tiap hari masuk kayak kangkung terus.
Lihat tuh, udah jadi PNS. Padahal kuliah aja enggak. Pasti sarjananya beli.
Dia kan gak pernah kelihatan pergi kuliah. Tiba-tiba udah ada gelar SIP. Permisi.
Ibu-ibu ketinggalan berita nih. Dia kan kuliahnya di Universitas Terbuka. Kuliahnya bisa di mana aja, kapan aja, kampusnya negeri, biayanya kagak mahal. Kalau kata anak saya nih, fleksibel.
Kok abang tahu UT?
Ya tahu dong, anak saya yang nomor 1 PNS guru, lulusan UT. Nah yang nomor 2 sekarang udah semester 5.
Wah hebat abang ini, jualan sayur anaknya kuliah semua.
UT itu kan mahasiswanya beragam, dari mulai kalangan elit sampai ekonomi sulit kayak saya. Kuliah di mana aja dan kapan aja, cuma UT yang bisa begini.
Teman-teman, terima kasih karena memang hanya di Universitas Terbuka yang memiliki akses untuk berpendidikan kapan saja, di mana saja. Universitas Terbuka!
Universitas terpercaya untuk Indonesia.
Dan dengan kemenangan Bapak Rektor secara resmi telah dibuka rangkaian Dies Natalis ke-41 Universitas Terbuka dan Dispor Seni Nasional UT tahun 2025.
Kami mohon keterangan.
Di sini tak ada batas ruang dan waktu. Kita belajar menembus cakrawala ilmu. Langkah kecil di layar digital menuju dunia yang makin global. Kami ditempa dari kerasnya kenyataan. Semangat belajar dengan keberanian. PTNBH jadi tonggak berdiri menuju dunia. Kami takkan lari. Kualitas jadi janji, integritas harga diri. Akses inovasi kamilah yang beri. Dunia tahu kami di sini. Universitas Terbuka untuk semua, untuk dunia. Universitas Terbuka, belajar jarak jauh kualitas dunia. Dari visi jadi aksi, misi kami cahaya di bumi. UT untuk negeri dan dunia menanti. UT tak terbatas, UT buka akses, UT siap juara, UT milik semua. Kami bukan sekadar kuliah di layar, kami pionir di era digital yang besar. Dari riset pengabdian teknologi cerdas, kami jawab tantangan dengan tuntas. Inovasi bukan sekedar kata, itu jalan yang kami bawa. Kiara jadi kompas nyata untuk bangsa dan dunia semesta. Universitas Terbuka, pintu ilmu bagi semua jiwa. Universitas Terbuka, jadi cahaya di tiap asa. Langkah kami makin pasti, melintasi zaman dan visi. UT bersuara di dunia nyata. Langkah pasti demi cita, digital kuat jejaring semesta. Ekosistem belajar tak lagi terbatas. Langit kita luas tak terbatas. Universitas Terbuka, langkah berani menembus dunia. Universitas Terbuka, karya anak bangsa, suara merdeka. Di setiap klik dan layar ada tekad yang membakar. UT tak pernah lelah, UT menuju puncak dunia. UT tak terbatas, UT buka akses, UT siap juara, UT milik semua. UT tak terbatas, melawan ragu hingga tuntas. UT tak terbatas, melawan ragu hingga tuntas. Kami UT tak terbatas, melawan ragu hingga tuntas.
Seiring dengan perkembangan teknologi dan informasi, Universitas Terbuka menyediakan layanan terbaik untuk mahasiswanya. UT menghadirkan salah satu aplikasi keunggulan yang bernama MyUT. Aplikasi MyUT ini hadir untuk mempermudah mahasiswa dalam mendapatkan berbagai informasi yang berhubungan dengan perkuliahan. Aplikasi MyUT ini sudah menerapkan teknologi single sign-on atau biasa dikenal dengan SSO. Aplikasi ini merupakan sistem layanan autentikasi guna membantu mahasiswa dalam proses masuk ke suatu situs atau aplikasi. Dengan sistem ini, mahasiswa hanya perlu login dengan akun Office 365.
Bersama kami dalam program Cafe Break UT Radio Open Education Station for All, dan masih bersama dengan dua special guest hari ini ya. Yang pertama itu ada ada Ngwenya from Nelson Mandela University, and then Erno the Korte, founder of PLLLUS. Nah, tadi sudah banyak sebetulnya yang disampaikan di segmen satu ini, jadi akan kita lanjutkan kembali. Okay, so for Erno, from your experience in Indonesia, Erno, what do you find, or are there opportunities in Indonesia that you think young people sometimes do not recognize or take seriously enough?
Yeah, that's a big one. I think that entrepreneurial spirit isn't always well understood. What we see is that it isn't about making money first, but it's about impact first. So if you only want to earn a lot of money, you are more a business person. But if you want to have an impact like Neo and change the world, make it smarter, make it a smarter world, then money will follow.
Oh, okay. So we can choose which
you
one.
You can choose. And in that spectrum, of course, you have diversity. You can be purely, I mean, if you start a restaurant business and you have the best cookies or the best coffee, you can make money with that. But where is the impact? Where is the impact then? So spending a lot of energy on having the best cookie or the best coffee, there will be somebody else that will have better coffee or cheaper coffee or a better cookie. What's the impact? How do we improve the world with that? So we are looking at projects where we specifically want to have a better impact for society, sustainable, social as well. And for Indonesia, I think that the challenge is in many countries, also Indonesia, is that we are not being taught to look at anything else than money. We also need to think about impact first, money second. That philosophy will create far bigger things. And if you look at BlackBerry, for example, or if you look at Apple, iPhone, that wasn't about making money per se, it was about impact. It was about making a change. If you look at what Elon Musk is doing with Tesla and with Starlink, etc., it's about impact and making a lot of money. Yeah, so that's one thing. And the other thing that might be interesting for your listeners is, well, that we shouldn't just look at the success stories. We just did a recent series with Antonio and Onabo and Neo, which is called Top 20 Reasons Why Startups Fail. Why are most startups failing in 90 days, in 3 years? Why are most of them dead? Why do they fail? So when I look at Kubisma on Wednesday, I see all these beautiful proposals, but who of those proposals will still be there in 3 years? Why do they fail? We know, we have the science. We don't really teach it. That's the sad news. So we need not only to look at success factors, but also and why failures happen as well. And this is simple science. It's available. We just collect it. We put it in a session, and then we present why startups fail to people like Neo. And it's mind blowing, right?
Okay, that's very interesting, I think. So you must choose. You want earn a lot of money, so you can try to be a businessman, and then or you want to give a big impact, and
which is more
money,
entrepreneurial,
and money will follow you also. Okay, and then what makes someone able to look at a problem and see an opportunity where others may only see a problem?
Yeah. That has to do with out-of-the-box thinking, with thinking global first, with creative thinking as well. When I look around in this room, I see a lot of opportunities. I look with different eyes. I don't look like most other people look at things. So I'm staying in Wisma here at UT campus, and I'm in a renovated room, and I see so much improvement to my previous experience. So the new rooms are a huge step forward. So it is possible to have a big impact by changing these rooms. And you can see that somebody has been very clever in making those improvements as well. So my compliments to the project leader for that. Great job done. Why doesn't that happen in so many other places? And then they start going down and down and down. So I'm involved with quite a lot of these upgrades as well in trying to get businesses to not stay where they are and slightly go down, but to make them climb again. We do a project in Port Elizabeth at the Winford Estate, and we're going to upgrade this to be even better possibly than the rooms at Wisma. Yeah, so to bring a level of luxury and of comfort for which you will easily want to pay. You see, so impact, and then the money will follow.
Okay, and then go back to Neo. So when you started, did you already know exactly what you wanted to build? Or did the idea develop as you learn more about the problem? Or could you tell us more about it?
That's an interesting one.
Can you please repeat the question?
So when you started, did you already know exactly what you wanted to build? And then, or did the idea develop as you learn more about the problem?
To be honest, initially I didn't. Well, I knew I wanted to work on something related to sustainable solutions, but prior to meeting Erno, it was more so a search for purpose, searching for something that can make you feel alive, something that you enjoy doing. So initially, I was really struggling with that. But after meeting him, speaking, and after many meetings, and he told me about building tiny houses, sustainable tiny houses, which is luxury and cheaper housing. And luxury without like sacrificing, like cheap housing without sacrificing luxury. So him telling me about that, and I was thinking, oh, my word, I come from a certain background where the housing is not so great and some people struggle to afford housing. So being part of a project where I'm like, oh, back home we could build these sustainable houses where someone from phase 1 or phase 3 might not have a lot of money but can be able to afford housing that is sustainable and not fully dependent on the grid, the national grid, but being able to be independent from that and be able to live by themselves, because the house we're creating has solar panels on it. So that is what has developed over time. I mean, at the time when I met Erno, it was just an idea. He showed me pictures and everything, but I was part of the research where we didn't know how certain things worked, and it was quite difficult because the things we want to do are not necessarily have been done before. So trying to find a solution to something you don't know about was quite difficult. But through meeting different people, the team I've worked with, we've been able to achieve great solutions, and we're here now.
So our next step, we are here also to discuss that in the future we'll build a similar tiny house as a demo here on the UT campus. That's our proposal to the rector, to the dean. Why not demonstrate alternatives for what we have been doing for so long already? Why wouldn't we be inspirational for the young generation of Indonesians and to think out of the box and just demonstrate it on campus here so they can visit and they can see, oh, this could be interesting for us as well.
Okay. Oh my God, yeah. I think, I learned a lot from both of you about system, about perspective, about thinking global, and so on. Okay, go back to Neo first.
Yeah.
As a student yourself, what do you think students can do to broaden their perspective beyond their own classes and academic field?
First, I would want to say something that I realized working with Erno and on this project is you don't have to wait till you graduate to explore, to work on different projects. You don't have to wait till you're done with school. You can still, as much as it is difficult to balance doing that while studying, you can explore. So that's one. Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Can you repeat what you said?
Okay. You are as a student.
Yeah.
How can or what do you think students can do to broaden their perspective beyond their own classes and academic field?
I think the most important thing is realizing that when you're in phase 1 of your life, when you're a young person, the most important thing is exploring, not limiting yourself, not having barriers. And that was one of the most important lessons I've learned from Erno is I'm not, even if I get the paper, I'm not just a mechanical engineer. I'm more than that. I can learn about civil engineering. I can learn about electrical engineering. I can be a chef still. I can be a painter as well. I don't have to limit myself into being in one career. Because I think as young people, not only young people, but people in general, we have so many different talents, and it's a shame that you're only able to explore one. You maybe are a great singer and an electrical engineer, but now you're just an electrical engineer. But why not both? Why limit yourself? Why not be an electrical engineer who can sing, or who also explores that of yourself? Or it's like we neglect some parts of ourselves. And that's what I think society has done is building specialists and not generalists. Why do you only need to be one thing when you can do so much and be so much more? And Erno, this community has given me the opportunity to not only use my theoretical knowledge in a practical manner, but also understand that there's much more to myself than just that I shouldn't ignore my entrepreneurial self and many other strengths that I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Erno, he always said about you in many times. I see from Erno, I was looking for Erno, and then from Erno, I learned about so many things that he learned a lot from you. So, in a broad way, and then students are often encouraged to become specialists and become really good at one particular field. Is that still enough for the future?
No.
Or how can you...
Clearly not. Clearly not. I am a super specialist in IT. So I brought this BlackBerry, and I was one of the few in Europe, in Africa, that could install BlackBerry Enterprise Server. So I was a super specialist. Okay. But I was also a generalist. I was also the translator between the management and the IT department. So being a super specialist doesn't mean that you cannot cook perfect French toast. This guy can make French toast. I can tell you will like it when he makes French toast for you. He's more than a mechanical engineer.
Okay.
And I am more than an IT person. I am far more than that. And we need more people that do not only super specialize, still useful, but also look at the bigger picture. Now, the good news is that when I talk to staff members here at the Faculty of Economic and Business, many of them would like that as well. So they are super specialists as lecturer, and they still want to explore all the other sides of themselves. That's where the conversations are about. I've been coming here for 2 years now, and I have beautiful conversations with a lot of staff members about especially that. How can you just be only like this if you can only do that?
Okay.
You are a perfect radio host, but you must have other opportunities as well.
Okay.
So explore that and work on that.
Okay. I will try and explore that. Yes.
I know you will. I know you will.
You can forecast my face.
Yes, but I can read. No, but that is one of my skills. I can read people.
Oh, okay. After this, we can talk more about it. Yeah.
We have coffee in the Green Cafe.
But I'm sorry, we must have break time, and then after that we can continue our discussion. UT listeners, jangan kemana-mana, tetap bersama kami di UT Radio Open Education Station for All.
Anda sedang mendengarkan UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Seiring dengan perkembangan teknologi dan informasi, Universitas Terbuka menyediakan layanan terbaik untuk mahasiswanya. UT menghadirkan salah satu aplikasi keunggulan yang bernama MyUT. Aplikasi MyUT ini hadir untuk mempermudah mahasiswa dalam mendapatkan berbagai informasi yang berhubungan dengan perkuliahan. Aplikasi MyUT ini sudah menerapkan teknologi single sign-on atau biasa dikenal dengan SSO. Aplikasi ini merupakan sistem layanan autentikasi guna membantu mahasiswa dalam proses masuk ke suatu situs atau aplikasi. Dengan sistem ini, mahasiswa hanya perlu login dengan akun Office 365 untuk masuk ke beberapa aplikasi sekaligus. Melalui MyUT, mahasiswa sudah dapat melihat dashboard personal, diantaranya adalah data mahasiswa dan perkembangan akademik mahasiswa tersebut. Dalam hal ini, mahasiswa akan melihat status pembayaran dan mata kuliah yang diambil. Selain itu, mahasiswa juga dapat melihat pengumuman dan kalender akademik. Informasi yang mudah didapat melalui WhatsApp dan email mahasiswa. Pembayaran yang mudah karena sudah menerapkan teknologi Topik. Fasilitas lain adalah mahasiswa juga dapat langsung masuk ke laman tutorial online, tutorial webinar, dan praktik-praktikum tanpa harus melakukan login ke aplikasi masing-masing. Begitu pula dengan layanan lainnya seperti registrasi, bahan ajar, ujian, kegiatan kemahasiswaan dan yudisium. Mahasiswa cukup pilih layanan yang diinginkan dan otomatis masuk ke aplikasi yang diinginkan. Aplikasi ini juga dilengkapi dengan fitur chatbot untuk memudahkan mahasiswa dalam menunjang proses belajarnya. Fasilitas lain pada MyUT adalah mempermudah mahasiswa untuk mengetahui lokasi ujian, dikarenakan dalam MyUT sendiri terdapat fitur KTPU yang akan terhubung dengan maps lokasi ujian sesuai dengan UP-BJJ-nya masing-masing. Dengan hadirnya MyUT dalam dua versi, yaitu versi website dan versi mobile, mempermudah mahasiswa mendapatkan layanan kapan saja dan di mana saja.
Kerja bertahun-tahun, tapi karir gini-gini aja. Kalau kerjaan segini banyak, mana bisa sambil kuliah? Kerjaan kelar juga.
Kuliah di tengah tumpukan kerjaan, main sama anak, orang tua butuh perhatian, semua itu bukan alasan. Bersama Universitas Terbuka, kuliah fleksibel, penuh kemudahan.
Duh, udah mana mau ujian, belajar gak ngerti-ngerti lagi. Ah, pusing. Wah, apa nih? Tutorial radio. Cek kali aja ada materi yang aku ngerti ada di sini juga nih.
Anda masih bersama kami dalam program Cafe Break UT Radio Open Education Station for All. Kalau lagi break gini tadi lupa ya untuk balik lagi on air dan kita kembali lagi masih bersama dengan Erno and also Neo. So the next question for Erno, if specialists are important, why do we also need people who can see the bigger picture and connect different specialists?
I would like to step into the future on this one. 50 years, 40 years in the future, there will be 100,000 people living on Mars.
Okay.
Indonesians as well.
Mm-hmm.
So how many Indonesians would there be? 100,000 people? There would be 10,000 Indonesians. Would we want super specialists en masse that if they somehow have an accident or die, that we cannot regenerate this equipment anymore, or that we cannot repair that? So super specialism is very scary in a smaller society, but even in a bigger society. We make things so super special, we make it so complicated that it isn't simple anymore, it isn't smart anymore. So we need more smartness, simpler solutions, which go deep. So it is good to tap into the super specialist, but we need to make simple solutions, and that's part of what our project is doing as well. We take complex components and make simple projects out of that. So our low voltage grid and our tiny house are examples of how you can take very, very special stuff, like BlackBerry used to be, and make it simple and affordable and smart. That's part of what we try to do and what we must do as humanity as well. Super specialism is great, but we also need to have the bigger picture as well.
Okay. Let us use the Mars example, because you talked about Mars. If we had to build a community on Mars, would having thousands of brilliant specialists be enough? Or would we also need people who can understand different areas and help everyone work together?
Yep. The social aspect, as you were referring to in a way, if you have super specialists, you often see them. That's not what's going to work. I mean, it's not like that. And it's even on an island, you have 17,000 islands here. You need people that can see the bigger picture as well. And life is simpler if you have super specialists that also understand how society works, how the bigger picture is as well. So we need your faculty of economic and business to create super specialists with a holistic, broader view as well. And that part is in most universities not very well done at all, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not critical on UT per se, but universities have a tendency to focus on super specialism.
Okay.
And that is not the future. Also, remember, AI is coming. AI is going to take over the super specialists. So what we need to do is we need to be able to look at AI with critical eyes, not as super specialists, because the super specialist will be the AI. We need to be able to look at what AI is doing with a more global, more holistic view.
Okay. Do you have any comments?
Yeah, I mean, to comment on that, I would say it's exactly how I thought as well. I want to be a specialist mechanical engineer. So with AI, obviously, I'm scared because I'm like, will I be able to get a job?
Okay.
And I mean, that's fear of most people. But learning that being a generalist is more valuable than being a super specialist, because also in projects you'll have a specialist mechanical engineer, specialist electrical engineer, a specialist civil engineer. But I also think because we're specialists in so many different industries, you need someone to be a merger in between, because if you're a specialist in civil, you might not understand what someone in mechanical is saying and vice versa. So having someone in the middle to somehow be in between and
integrative.
Yeah, and integrate. Yeah. So that's what learning from Erno or hearing him speak about this has brought me to as well. Teaching myself and learning that I need to explore as much as possible and not just limit myself to just the course I'm doing, but be open to learning any and everything. Yeah, and not just necessarily the engineering space, but business and so many other industries as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then for Erno, Beside technical knowledge, what skills do you think young people need to work effectively with people who have very different backgrounds, expertise, or ways or thinkings?
I think the social aspect is often underrated, and I mentioned that I have been an educator. I am a Montessori teacher. I have been teaching primary school children in the age of 6 to 9 and 9 to 12 for 9 years. And then I started my own business. Okay. And what you see in me is the integration of the social part of teaching. The Maria Montessori 100 years ago and Rudolf Steiner, they all had beautiful visions on how education should work. We are ignoring that in general. Our education system isn't really moving forward in that way. So we need alternatives that have already been discovered 100 years ago, 1920, 1930, and we still ignore that. But that said, I do not just want to be an educator or a teacher, I'm an entrepreneur as well. And I think that what I said to you, reading people, is brought to me because of my background with Maria Montessori. Because what you do is you sit and observe and look at what the child is trying to do and try to learn. You do not teach them, you create an environment where they can learn. So Montessori teaching is not about being frontal in front of a group of children, but is in creating an environment where they can learn themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is what I'm doing in a way. So creating an environment where people can have their own experience, have their own mistakes as well, and then learn from that. Learning is not just listening to somebody that tells you you should do this and this. Learning is about experiencing things yourself and making your own mistakes as well. And that's a lesson that famous people like Maria Montessori, Rudolf Steiner and many others already a century ago have put on the table, but we keep ignoring it. We still think that teaching is lecturing and telling people what to do.
But you say that learning is experiencing
making mistakes.
Also from mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then how about you? How about your perspective?
Relating to that, it's think about how we write tests in different institutions. It's you basically get punished in a way for getting it wrong. So yeah, I mean, as a student, you're just afraid of making mistakes. I mean, that's why we study. I mean, you study to pass, to get the degree or whatnot, but we're all afraid of making mistakes. We're not really given an allowance to make mistakes. So working on this project or in the community with Erno, of course I learn a lot and I apply a lot. So, but the most important thing is removing the fear of making mistakes. And I've made quite a lot of mistakes, but that's how I was able to learn. I've burnt myself working with electrical components, using hot glue as well. Not like, for example, not wearing protective clothing in some situations, and then maybe I was wearing my favorite pants and then I put a certain type of glue that's not now removable. So making that mistake, I've burned my fingers trying to solder on a chip, and then I just made a mistake. I was not really attentive as I should have been, and then I made mistakes. So had I not made those mistakes, I would have not learned. I mean, you can tell someone, hey, don't do this, but you don't learn it as well till you yourself experience it and know the consequences of making that mistake. So yeah, I totally agree with that. Making mistakes is part of the journey, and you have to allow people to do that. Yeah.
So don't fear.
Do not fear failure. Fear not trying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then maybe this is the final question for both of you. What is one thing you would encourage our students to start doing now while they are still students, like you, of course, to prepare themselves for the future? Erno first.
Reach out into the world speak English confidently, like you are doing, and like Neo is doing. I speak baby English, and I'm not afraid to speak. My English is not perfect, but if you do not allow yourself to communicate in English, if you only speak Bahasa Indonesia, then you are already clipping your own wings. So you have to speak English confidently, and that's why Neo, for example, is an e-buddy for one of the staff members here in the faculty. And both of them are growing because of that. So an e-buddy is somebody that will allow you, that's one of our projects, that will allow you to basically speak English more confidently.
Okay.
Without being afraid of speaking baby English like I do. My English is just very poor.
Okay. Speaking English confidently, even we are not perfect.
Yeah. Perfectionism is a challenge in Indonesia anyway. Everybody wants to be perfect here.
Oh yeah? I'm sorry.
In English, at least. Yeah, and that is a limitation. People want to be perfect. Doesn't work.
Okay. And then how about you?
For me, I would say be curious. Ask the right questions. Ask why. Why does this work this way? And not just accepting what's happening as what it is. I would say explore. That's the most important thing. Exploring and not waiting till you're done with your degree to do something. And also realizing you can learn from anyone. I've worked with people and I've learned with people who don't have the paper, the degree to say, hey, I'm a mechanical engineer or I'm a this, but I've learned a lot. So I would also advise that. And the most important thing that has brought me into this opportunity is dreaming big. Just because you come from a certain background, just because I come from not one of the best backgrounds financially, but removing those barriers and thinking to yourself, hey, I come from this place, I come from this village, or wherever it may be, but I can be whatever I want to be. I can be the best engineer in the world. I can be the best singer. I can be whatever it may be. Removing those limits on yourself and, yeah, thinking that you can be anything. Yeah, it's just believing in yourself. But it's hard because the system has obstacles for us. But yeah, fighting through those obstacles and just never stop dreaming and imagining that life can be more and can be better.
Oh,
now, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I want you to be honest. You know us only for a few minutes now. You hear me talk. Do you think this gentleman can be my follow-up? That he's capable, not now, but in the future? Do you see this?
Yeah, really. I saw from both of you, from you, I learned about please explore yourself, and then dreaming big from Neo. And then so I think I see a fire eagerness from both of you who have different generations. Yeah. That so touch my heart, and then after this maybe I have another eagerness to fight my life again and to explore more about my life.
You might be in a difficult phase of your life, so we have not really discussed phase 2, but phase 2 of your life with family and children and a house and a car and all the responsibilities is the most difficult phase of your life. I am in phase 3. I'm free. I don't have the responsibility anymore. He is still before that. So that is why phase 3 and phase 1 are for us the focus areas. People in phase 2 of their life have so much responsibilities. It's difficult to add more to that. But if you are in phase 1 or in phase 3, you have more freedom. You should explore, you should create differences as well, to create your opportunity and the environment as well. So that's why we focus as community specifically on phase 1 and phase 3. We don't ignore phase 2, but we focus on these two phases of life.
Okay. One more to Neo. Do you want to say something for Erno?
To Erno.
Yeah.
Erno, above everything, I would like to say thank you for this opportunity. I think meeting you, it has been incredible. What we've achieved in a year and maybe 5 months is incredible, and I can't wait for us to do more for not us but for the world. Yeah, and I also something I wanted to say is the beauty of phase 1 and phase 3. That to the young people, we can learn from the older people. You can't just say they're old or whatever. You can learn a lot from them. They have a lot of experience, and also from the older people, you can learn from young people.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, we are a great example of we shouldn't be separate. Oh, sorry, but yeah, we can merge the two.
Okay, so that's why I say to both of you, I see from both of you fire eagerness. Thank you so much for showing for me. And then the last one, please, one by one. Okay, Neo first. You just only read that sentence and then also introducing yourself and then say the word in that paper.
So
just read it as it is.
Yes, just read it.
Hello, UT listeners. I'm Ngwenya, and you're listening to UT Radio, open education station for all.
Okay.
Hello, UT listeners. I'm Erno. You are listening to UT Radio, open education station for all.
Wait, maybe just repeat once more, and then after your name, please mention your profession or your expertise. Okay.
Hello, UT listeners. I'm Erno. I'm a global entrepreneur. I'm an educator. I'm a consultant. You are listening to UT Radio, open education station for all around the world.
Okay. Neo, once more. And then don't forget to mention your expertise or your profession also.
Okay. Hello, UT listeners. I'm Ngwenya, a NMU mechanical engineering student and a big dreamer. You're listening to UT Radio, open education station for all.
Okay, I'm a big dreamer. Okay, I'm also a big dreamer. Thank you so much for coming, Erno and then Neo, and then see you later. And I hope we will meet again in a good occasion, another occasion. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Uta listeners dimanapun Anda berada, demikian obrolan kami bersama dua orang narasumber yang luar biasa hari ini ya, memberikan semangat banget untuk kita bahwa jangan berhenti bermimpi begitu, dan banyak juga yang disampaikan bahwa kita banyak bersyukur sebagai orang Indonesia karena banyak negara lain yang tidak se-open Indonesia sebetulnya. Jadi semangat itu harus ada di diri kita, explore terus, bermimpi terus ya. Terima kasih sudah menyaksikan Cafe Break UT Radio. Demikian tadi tamu saya, ada Neo Ngwenya dari Nelson Mandela University, kemudian ada Erno the Korte, founder of PLLLUS, dan terima kasih sudah menyimak kami. Sampai ketemu lagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.